In 2005, the first whale washed up on shore. The happening was not very uncommon. The occasional dead whale would wash up on shore once in a while, but the whale carcass, or what was left of the carcass that washed up in 2005, was different, and much, much more disturbing. The whale was huge. A humpback whale. But that was just one of the species that scientists suggested it could have been. On a sunny evening in the middle of July, I was walking down the shore when I stumbled upon the carcass. It was massive. Do you want to know the most disturbing part? Only the lower half of the whale washed up on shore. Only the tail and back fins flimsily hung onto the ground over the gruesome lower half of its body. The entire lower half of the body was scarred and wounded. Only the pale colors of the carcass allowed me to identify the creature as a whale. It looked as if something took a huge bite out of the whale. For starters, a huge section of the carcass was ripped out. Gigantic scratch marks covered the rotting skin of the whale. After discovering the whale, I took a picture of the whale, and I called 911. They came, covered the carcass with a tarp, and they sent it to some researchers over in Washington. That was the only personal experience I had to the string of horrifying and unexplained events that took place after stumbling upon the whale's half-eaten carcass. That was only the beginning. Keep in mind that all the events and happenings I'll hereby transcribe are all secondhand information. I didn't see anything else strange after that. The first incident I had transcribed, a local fisherman, whose name was Travis, was on his boat, fishing for tuna offshore. He recalls that while he was reeling in a huge yellowtail tuna fish, he spotted something moving beneath the surface of the water. At first, it looked like a shark fin, but the shark fin was black, and it was rigid, bony, and that was when Travis realized that the shark fin wasn't a shark fin. It was a spike. At the exact same moment, Travis looked down at the water, and all he saw was darkness. Not darkness as in the water had turned black, but darkness as in something absolutely enormous was blocking the sunlight from entering the water. Something huge, absolutely enormous, was swimming under Travis's boat. Travis said that the previous thought shark fin immediately disappeared underwater, and after a few seconds the shark fin spike reappeared along with hundreds of other spike fins, all moving in alignment. The thing under Travis's boat looked to be about 900 meters long. It stretched out into the distance. He couldn't even see the head or the tail of the creature. Call Travis crazy, but he swore that he was not lying, and I believe him. The previous thought shark fins looked to be attached to whatever was moving under his boat, moving along with the creature beneath the boat. After 5 terrifying minutes, the tail of the creature could be seen from a distance, and it was, based on Travis's account, terrifying. The tail alone looked to be about 100 meters long. It was rigid, bony, a prehistoric-looking algae covered. Travis stayed on his boat till the creature left. He drove back to shore, but according to him, he didn't tell anyone, except for me. I'm a really good friend of Travis's, and that might be why. A few days later, 5 more mangled and attacked whale corpses washed up on shore. This, however, was not dismissed and taken so easily by the community. The dead whales attracted huge crowds. Dozens of news reporters rushed to the beach, and animal rights activists lined to the road, demanding answers on what happened to all of the whales. Eventually, the police and community cleanup crew arrived at the scene. Due to the carcass's enormous size, they had to be destroyed with explosive devices. The cleanup crew cleaned what was left after that. Over the course of a few weeks, deep-sea fishermen and sailors reported seeing an enormous shape beneath the water, so huge and massive that they couldn't see the end of it. More horribly mangled dead whales, and sometimes even great white sharks, kept washing up on the shore, and more people saw the enormous and unknown creature far offshore. People wanted answers. The community pressed the city council to send a submersible down into the ocean to investigate, and after a while, that's exactly what they did. The city council hired a team who could operate the submersible, and they sent him down the general direction of where the creature was last seen. Most people expected the submersible and its crew to discover some sort of giant, undiscovered creature, and they were only half wrong. They did discover the creature. It lay at the bottom of the seafloor, its true enormity being revealed. The crew of the submersible said that the creature looked like a 900-meter-long mosasaur. Only, the creature's skin was played with black scales, covering its entire body. Its tail was exactly how Travis described it, bony and rigid, fin-like spikes lining the surface of the tail. But they couldn't confirm if the creature was a giant mosasaur, because it had no head. Something else had killed the giant creature. Something bigger. Much, much bigger. Hey guys, thanks for watching my second video. Really hope you guys enjoyed it. If there's anything I can do to improve, just feel free to leave a comment at the bottom. If you enjoyed it and you want to see more stories like this, just like and subscribe. Appreciate it.